Good morning, guys. It's Monday, May 9th, and the guys are here to put up our steel building garage. It's very early, 7 o'clock in the morning. That's early for me. I am not a morning person. Scott told me I had to set my alarm and make sure I was awake. And thankfully they got here. They said it was supposed to be like set between 7 and 8. And I'm like, oh man. Well, thankfully they got here right about 7, and I was up and I was kind of dozing in the chair when they got here. I don't know how long it's going to take them to put it together, but I'm going to snap some pictures along the way. I don't know if I'll film them because it might be kind of awkward. But we're excited. Well, Scott's more excited than I am. I'm happy for him that he's finally getting his garage. He's wanted one for so many years. Here it is all done. They told me it was going to take them between 4 and 5 hours to get it put up, and it was right around 4 hours, which is very impressive, I think. They did a very, very good job. The siding is a slate blue color. I tried to match it to our house as much as I could, but our house is quite a bit faded. But that's okay. And then I got this granite, I think it's called granite gray for this trim. And then the roof is a barn red. Eventually we're gonna get a barn red roof on our house, so then it'll match better. Now our shutters are closer to the color of the garage than the house, so I think it all kind of ties together. And then the side door is white, and then Scott bought a garage door. He's going to install it himself, and it's white as well. It seems humongous on the inside. I mean, the cement slab was big, but it just seems humongous. I didn't video hardly any of it, like I said, but you did see the pictures of it coming together, so yeah, they did a great job. Here's the side door, and it opens up to our step, so if we have a rainy day or whatever, we can come park in the garage and come out this side door and just go right in the house. After the guys were done putting up the garage, Olivia and my sister Becky and I went to the greenhouse to see if we could pick up some plants that we were needing. Pricey. If you want to get like a veggies, it's $4. Herbs, sprouts, geraniums, mosquito plants. What we'll do is we'll get half a flat of the mix. Yes. Because we do have some growing. So let me see. So that would be half. Oh, look at how big those are. Yes, I've had those before. They're really pretty. Just taking a little footage.
Isn't that beautiful?
So pretty.
Here's that.
Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday, May 11th, and we're in for another hot day today and another very busy day today. I've got so many things running in my mind that I can't decide what I want to do. And the big thing is I'm waiting on a phone call. My baby chicks are supposed to be in today for me to pick up, but they did not give me any kind of an estimated time. Sorry my hair looks so terrible. I haven't done anything with myself this morning yet except eat breakfast. I'm getting ready to go out and take my walk, and I thought I'd do a little update on the garden while I'm out there with you guys. And first of all, I wanted to insert some video from Mother's Day. I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day. I had a very nice Mother's Day. Olivia gave me a pedicure. And Travis gave me, let me show you, a food dehydrator. I'm so excited. Oops, those are chicken waters. I need to get outside. But I've been wanting one of these for so long. I haven't used it yet. I've got it all set up, and you have to do like a cleaning setting thing to start it out with before your first use. I did all of that, and so I'm really looking forward to dehydrating a lot of my produce from the garden this year. So let's go outside and I will show you what's going on in the gardens. It's only 9:30 in the morning and it's already too hot out here. I'm still gonna try to take my walk, but I hate being hot. Just wanted to show you what we picked up from the greenhouse. You saw a little bit of footage of that from Monday. Wasn't really able to video much in there, but we got marigolds now. I have some marigolds that I started, but we wanted more, so we got some marigolds. I got some other flowers, just a couple flowers. I'm gonna mainly do vegetables this year. I got some herbs, rosemary, thyme, cilantro, tomatoes. We got some more tomato plants. These are all of the vegetables that I started from seed here, vegetables and flowers. And then these pots have been outside for several days now. I keep them up against the house still because we had a ton of wind for the last few days. And plus I don't want them to be out here in the direct sun. Radishes and things like shade better than sun. We're hoping to get all of this stuff in the ground, I don't know, soon, within the next week. Hopefully on a day when it's cooler. It's supposed to be like overcast when you plant. So I'll have to watch the weather. Let's take a look at the strawberries. I think I'm going to have to water things today. We haven't had rain for a while and things get dried out so fast. Lots of blooms. Look at all the blooms. That is amazing. One of you guys told me that with strawberries, the ones that we transplanted probably won't bloom this year. To not fret about it. So thanks for that information. But wow, look at all the blooms. That is amazing. My chives are doing great. I need to dehydrate some chives. That's what I should do. And I got the lavender all cleaned out, all the dead stuff. So I haven't done anything with that parsley yet, but I will. And I still don't have anything planted in here yet. We have issues with wasps. Drives me crazy. My chocolate vine is in full bloom. See how pretty those flowers are? Too bad this thing is such a nuisance because the flowers are just very pretty. My lilac trees, they're more than bushes, they're trees, are really doing very well this year. I think they're like almost a biannual because every other year it seems like they don't do very well. But this year they are doing fabulous and it smells so good. You can smell it all the way into my house. Now this variety, not into my house, but up to my house. If we were able to have the windows open, we could smell it in the house. But this is more of a lighter pink, and then this one's a darker pink. But they all smell equally good. Here's the potato patch. It's actually doing pretty well. Some of it's kind of spotty. These were actually seed potatoes that you buy from the store. They're actually meant for seed potatoes. And some of these were just sprouted ones that we bought from Aldi to eat, and they got sprouted, and so we just tried planting them. And they were a little bit later coming up, but they've come up. Yeah, they're doing actually quite well. I think I need to come out and bury some of them. You're supposed to, once they get so high, you're supposed to bury them. So, today is so hot. I'm going to have to do any of this stuff. It's going to have to be in the evenings. You can see here where the quack grass is starting to take over. We need to do something with that. Over here is where we planted carrots. And they're just not, they don't appear to be doing anything. And we don't want to weed here till we know if the carrots are going to come up. But this might have just been a waste of effort. I don't see any. I know carrots would take a long time to come up, but goodness. I think you should be seeing something by now. I really don't see anything. Gardening is not glamorous, and it's not a lot of fun, to be quite honest. It's a lot of work and sometimes quite a bit of disappointment. And this garden is a complete disappointment. I have no clue why stuff didn't come up. Nothing came up. No lettuce. Nothing. Got a little spindly spinach there and a couple radishes. I don't know what in the world happened. But This is horrible. Oh, I was really looking forward to this garden doing something. I don't know. I don't like planting from seed because you just never know what's going to happen. I'd rather have plants that are already established. Well, I don't know if I can replant this if it's too late, or what to do. Well, that's a bummer. I figured at least some of the lettuce would come up, but nothing. Nothing. A few weeds. Well, that's a shame. Well, I'm totally bummed about that raised bed. The beets, I didn't even show you that, but I don't see a single thing coming up there. And my carrots, I don't know. Honestly, I can't believe that all of those were bad seeds. In fact, I know the radishes and stuff that I planted in the raised bed were the same seeds I planted and started under my grow light, and they did fine. So I don't know. Very disappointing. Maybe because we had too cold of a spring and now it's turned into summer overnight. I don't know. Gardening is not fun. I'm sorry. It's just not. Now I remember why I don't like to garden. You work your tail off and sometimes you just don't get anything to show for it. So anyway, brush it off, Cheryl, brush it off. I'm not going to take a walk today. It is too stinking hot already. And when I was walking over to show you the raised bed, my phone rang and the chicks are here. So I have to get cleaned up, get Olivia up, and we need to go pick up those baby chicks and get them settled. Here they are. They have to dip their beaks in the water so that they know where their water and stuff is. And I'll have Olivia do it a little bit, and then I'm going to have to probably get down on my knees and help her. Go in, I can't tell. I bought a thermometer to put out here because it's so hot. They like it like 95 to 100 degrees, something like that. So, look at them picking at each other already. I tell you, these are so awfully cute now, but they are not very nice birds. They're really not. They're kind of mean to each other, and
There it goes. Drinking already.
Aww. Alright, they're all in. They're all drinking, it looks like. You put the thermometer there, but I really would rather it be a little bit lower because, you know, heat rises. But I'll come back and check on them in a little bit. Good morning, friends. It is Thursday. I don't know what day it is. 12th, I think? 11th? 12th? I don't know. But hopefully today will be a better day than yesterday. I ended up having a bit of a emotional breakdown by the end of the day yesterday. It's just everything that could go wrong. I guess not everything that could go wrong, but many things went wrong yesterday. And I don't even know how much I got on video, but I was very disappointed with the garden. But I went over and talked to my dad, and he made me feel better. And, you know, it's early in the season, and I can still replant that raised bed where the lettuce was supposed to come up but didn't. So Olivia and I are going to do that. But the thing that got me really upset was trying to get those chicks settled. It was almost 90 degrees yesterday, and that is so unusual for this time of year. And I haven't raised baby chicks in a couple of years. I can't even remember. Probably 3 years since I've raised chicks. And you forget things. And yesterday was the first day I went and I got them. And it's kind of like super important that you do everything right, or you might lose some of them. And they're very sensitive to temperature. And it was so hot inside that building. So hot. It was like 88 degrees outside, but it was over 100 degrees inside the chicken house. And there were wasps everywhere. And I'm afraid of wasps. I'm just going to admit it. I'm afraid of them. They are aggressive and they hurt so bad when they sting you. So I was trying to not get stung, try to get the chicks settled, try to get the temperature right in there. And I was at my breaking point. By the time Scott got home from work, I was in tears because I didn't know what to do. It was awful. The chicks were so hot. They were all laying out and just very lethargic. But he helped me. We were able to get the wasps pretty much taken care of. I mean, they were still there, but not nearly as many of them. And we got the back door, a temporary screen put up so that we could have cross ventilation in there. I turned off their heat light lamp because they definitely didn't need it. And I put a fan in there to kind of suck some cooler air in. And that seemed to help a lot. And they were still warm. They weren't like huddled up. They were just all kind of spread out, but they were much more comfortable. And then Olivia and I went out at about 8:30 last night. The wasps were still active, but not as bad. We turned the heat light back on, but we didn't close up the doors. And then Travis and I went out at 10 o'clock after dark, closed up the doors, and the wasps were not there. And so then I got up early this morning, early for me. It was like before 8 o'clock, and I went out, and it was so much cooler. So I still left their heat light on, but I opened up the back door, got this, because it's a temporary screen where you have to take it off and put it back on. Put the screen back on. The reason why we have to have a screen is to keep the cats out, because barn cats will get in there and eat my babies, and that would be horrible. I changed the bedding in their pen, made sure they had fresh food and water, opened up both doors, and I still left their light on. I'm going to go out in a couple more hours, maybe at 10 o'clock, and check, maybe unplug their light then, because I want to keep the temperature. They do best at between 95, they can handle up to 100, but ideally they need to be between like 75 and 95 in the same thing, like underneath the heat light be around 95 degrees, and then the perimeter out around it be no cooler than 75, because then that way chicks are all different, just like people are all different, and some chicks like it hotter and some chicks like it cooler, and then that way if they get too hot they can get in a cooler spot. But since the interior temperature of that building was 100 degrees yesterday, there was no cooler spot. So it was traumatic for me. I was so stressed out, and it's like told Olivia, I'm never doing this again. I am never doing this again. See, always in the past, I raised my chicks in the fall, where it was much easier to regulate the temperature. But because of the way the chick shortages are, I figured by fall there may not be any chicks. So if I wanted to get meat in the freezer, I needed to do it now. Well, even trying to do it in the spring, my delivery date got shoved back a week. So, and it's unseasonably hot. So we're dealing with July temperatures in May. Ugh. But it is supposed to cool down. It's supposed to be another hot day today, but then it's supposed to start cooling back down and get into the normal May temperatures. So that'll be so much easier. It's easier to keep the chicks at a constant temperature when you're not dealing with extremes. Because I'd be having the same problem if it was extremely cold right now. I'd be fighting to keep them warm, whereas now I'm fighting to keep them cool enough. So anyway, I wanted to just give you that little update of yesterday. Today I'm not going anywhere. Just going to do some stuff around the house that I need to get done. And first thing I'm going to do is eat my breakfast, and then I'm going to go and get ready for the day. I look a mess, a hot mess, but I wanted to get on here while it was quiet. Olivia got up early and she's out doing chores before the bees come out. And the dogs are out with her, so I wanted to do it while it was quiet and kind of give you guys an update on my stressed out situation yesterday. So it's 10 o'clock, came out to check on them, and I don't know if I should turn that heat light off or not. I'm kind of trying to stay away from it, it looks like. I think I'll just raise it a bit and then come out and check on them a little bit later again. So far, knock wood, there's no wasps in here. And this is the little temporary screen situation. Scott told me, he texted me this morning and said he's going to try to actually build a screen door on hinges to put up here, which will make it so much easier to open and close it, and then we'll have breeze coming through the bottom as well. See, this is a split door. I'm going to raise this light. There, I raised it, and they're a little more active already. It's kind of difficult. I mean, not really difficult. You watch the chicks' activity level. You watch their behavior. And that's how you determine whether they're at the right temperature. And then you just make sure they have plenty of food and fresh water all the time. And I always put newspaper down for the first week, because otherwise they'll try to eat those wood chips. But my problem is nobody gets newspapers anymore. So I used what newspaper I had yesterday, and then this morning I had to use some packing paper that I had gotten in a package and some paper towels. And so today we're going to have to go over to Dollar General and get some puppy pet pads, because it's important to keep their environment clean. So, alright, well, so far so good in here. I'm going to leave them for another couple hours, and then I'll come out and check them. Probably at noon I will probably shut that light off, because that's when the heat of the day starts. And Scott really sprayed heavily. We don't like to use poison if we can help it, but he sprayed heavily the outside of the coop here, not inside but outside. He sprayed it with wasp and hornet killer, and maybe they just won't come back today. I don't know. And then I sprayed the interior of it with a solution of Dawn dish soap, water, and peppermint essential oil. Put it in a pump up sprayer and just saturated the inside of here. So hopefully we'll just keep the wasps down. I probably will come out and spray again with that organic bug killer, so that we can keep the wasps from being so bad. I swear when those chicks are sleeping, they look dead. That's why I was pausing there for a minute, because I saw a chick just laying there, and I'm like, okay, is it still breathing? And it was. Alright, I'm going to head back in the house and see what mischief I can get up to inside. It's time to get this kitchen straightened up. I've been sitting in the chair for a couple hours because it was so hot outside. Oh my goodness, it just sucks the heat right, or the energy right out of you. But anyway, I've got these lentils that I want to vacuum seal, and I've got this pulled pork that I made the other day, that I made a bunch of it because I planned on vacuum sealing and putting in the freezer, so that down the road I can just pull it out and warm it up and we'll have something to eat super easy. So let's get busy on this kitchen. A YouTuber that I really like to watch is Liliana from Vanilla and Canela, and she always, at the end of the night or when she's done doing dishes, she soaks her sponges in a mixture of water and Zoflora. Well, she's from the UK, and so we don't have Zoflora in the United States. So I looked online what the American equivalent of Zoflora is, and it's actually Fabuloso. She adds like a capful and then fills it up the rest of the way with water. And that's the way she disinfects her sponges. And it also makes the house and the kitchen smell really good. So that's my little trick. I've been doing that for a few days now, and I really like it. Much better. Olivia and I just got back from Dollar General, so you're going to have our weekly Dollar General haul in this vlog. I needed to just pick up a few things, and then my niece Lydia is going on a missions trip, a short-term missions trip to Honduras, and she is going to be taking a suitcase full of different things to hand out to the people, like toothbrushes and toothpaste and toys for the kids and stuff like that. So we picked up some things for Lydia to take with her when she goes. I think it's in June when she leaves. So let me show you what we picked up. So there's a big mishmash of all kinds of things on this table. We'll start this end. Olivia saw this. It was in the 90% off pile, spring decor and stuff. So this actually only cost 80 cents, and she really liked it and said she had a perfect spot for it in her room. So I got that for her. I picked this up for me. It was not on clearance. I just really liked it. You know how much I love blue glass and birds, so this is a peacock. I don't know if I can bend the tail around, you know, so that it's different. I'll work at it and see what I can do. That might be helping it to stand up. So, but anyway, I really liked it. Its wings a little wonky, but I'll fix that as well. I picked up another one of these little wall hangings to send away for one of my subscriber giveaways. Picked up some of these hand wipes for my purse. I went ahead and just got 2 packages. I didn't have any left, so that's for that. I heard one of the other preppers that I listened to suggested that you can use Unisom when you have a GI bug, if like you have vomiting and diarrhea. The Unisom, apparently the ingredient in it is just as effective as any prescription antiemetic. And so I went ahead and got the stuff with the pain in it because I will just be saving this for, hopefully, knock wood, we never have that situation, but if we do get some kind of a stomach situation going on, this will knock out any headache or whatever, and fever, and stop the stomach problems. So I'm just going to stick that in my little medicine chest thing for my prepper supplies. And then I picked up some of this is Dramamine. This works excellent for any kind of vertigo or dizziness or anything like that. And with all of my sinus problems, I've been having a lot of dizziness, and I take 1/4 of a tablet at night, and it's just enough to get rid of the dizziness and to help me sleep. So I picked up some of that. And then this stuff here is what we got for the little kids, for, I don't know if it's just for children or whatever, that my niece will be taking with her to Honduras. We just loved this little elephant, so stinking cute. Look at those eyes, so adorable. So we picked that up. We got some coloring books. We got 2 coloring books, jumbo, and then just like a generic one with critters and animals and bugs. And then we got 2 boxes of crayons to go with that. And then Olivia picked out all of this stuff, pretty much all of it. She picked out this dinosaur and a ball. So now we've got something that's gender neutral, something probably more for a little girl, and then stuff for little boys. And then for hygiene, we got some of this Dial soap. It's 3 bars. I think it was $1 because it was in like the dollar section. Then we got 2 tubes of toothpaste and 2 packs of toothbrushes. And Olivia told me that Lydia doesn't leave until the end of July, so we have time from between now and then. We will probably, more than likely, every time we go to Dollar General, pick up a few more things for her to take with her. It's kind of like doing those Operation Christmas Child shoe boxes at Christmas time. It's kind of like that idea. You put those types of things in her suitcase to take. All right, then I picked up some pecans just because we were completely out. I know there's probably a better deal at Aldi for these. I forgot to get them in my last Aldi haul, so I will make sure and get them at Aldi next time I'm there, but we love to put pecans in all kinds of things. We needed a couple more water bottles. The one I use when I'm cutting the guy's hair, because I wet their hair down, got a big old crack in it. So I got that to replace that. And then this one is for, believe it or not, to keep Ollie off of the table when we're eating dinner. He likes to put his feet up on the table. So we spray him with water and he stays down. He is learning, but he's very stubborn. Very stubborn. Olivia really loves these little chicken salad can things, and she wanted to try these. It's the buffalo style. I told her it's very spicy. It says hot right on there, but she wanted to try it, so I said okie dokie. And then I'm pick up meat, canned meat, every time I go to put in my prepper pantry downstairs. So I got 2 more cans of this roast beef hash. I got 2 cans of beef stew, and then 1 cooked ham. I picked up some more Dawn soap for the wasp spray that I've been making. I picked up another giant thing of ketchup to put in our prepper pantry. We're big ketchup eaters in this house. I picked up some more of this Fabuloso. This fragrance I never had before, citrus and fruit, and it smells really, really good. I got puppy pads because, like I told you this morning, I have to keep a layer of newspaper in the with the chicks for a week till they get bigger, because they like to eat those wood chips. And I don't have any newspaper. I used all the newspaper I had in the house, and I don't get newspapers. Nobody I know gets newspapers anymore. So I picked up some of these puppy pads to use for that purpose. There's 32 pads in here. This should be plenty, because like I said, we only do the newspaper thing for a week. By that time, they're big enough and they're not going to eat the wood chips. Or if they do, it's not going to hurt them. Olivia loves this green tea, so I got her this. It's cheaper to buy it in this big jug. And then I got a package of toilet paper. I like to get toilet paper every time I go. They didn't have the kind I normally get. These are like giant mega rolls, but it was only $6. So I went ahead and picked that up. And that's my little Dollar General haul. It is Friday, May 13th, and I'm going to close out this weekly vlog here with a Swanson vitamin order. I'll just show you what I picked up real quick. I've got some more. I loved trying all different kinds of probiotics. So I got some chewable ones this time, gummies. I love honey, and this is raw honey that has been whipped, so you can use it on toast and whatnot, and that's exactly what I will use that for. And then I picked up some more honey. This is just wildflower organic honey. And then I picked up some of these sweet drops. They are a stevia, a liquid stevia, and this is peppermint flavored. So I'll just add a couple drops to my tea, and it really livens it up. I also got some just plain liquid stevia as well to use in drinks. Oh, okay, so I got two of those. And then the last two items, I have done some research about how I can take myself off of my thyroid medication safely. Now, there are certain issues that people have where they cannot take themselves off of thyroid medication, like having had your thyroid chemically killed, or having had surgery and having it removed, or if you have Graves' disease. Well, I don't have any of those issues, so I am going to try taking myself off of my thyroid medication. The key to it is going very, very slowly and weaning yourself off of your medication over time. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to start taking some supplements. Now, I got two of these. These are just a thyroid support vitamin. It's got B vitamins and iodine, which is very important for your thyroid, as well as like magnesium, zinc, selenium, copper. All of those minerals are very healthy for your thyroid. So I'm going to start taking these even while I'm still on my thyroid medication. And then this is raw thyroid. It is a desiccated porcine or pork or pig thyroid. It's the gland. It's the thyroid gland, which is basically what I'm taking now, because I'm taking, it's called NP thyroid, and it is derived from pig thyroid, but it is considered a medicine, and this is kind of basically the same thing. And so I'm going to slowly take myself off of the prescription medicine and start taking this, and maybe eventually I can just come off of this altogether as well. All right, friends, that was my little Swanson vitamin haul. It wasn't a whole lot in there, but I wanted to share it with you. Thanks so much for joining me this week. It has been a super, super stressful week for me. And to be totally honest, I'll be so glad when I'm done with those chickens. They're the cause of my stress. But I've still got 6 weeks to go. All right, friends, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. And we will talk to you next week. Bye-bye, friends.